encryption code. You tricked me. There is no water now. What are you doing? You're trying to sabotage our equipment. I will destroy. Fire the rockets now, Sota. Fire now. No! Haven't done anything. It must prove that your systems are faulty. The systems are not faulty. You have done something. No, I haven't done anything. There is a possibility that those archeological data could integrate our equipment. That is possible. They must be destroyed before we will convince them to help us. If you think humans are going to help you destroy their own planet, you've got another thing coming. The scientists will help us. Humans will do whatever we tell them because their lives will be put on threat. And what's going to happen to us? You will show us to the archaeological center now. Yes, certainly. Feed these calculations into the computer, will you, Osirene? It's very important that we reach penetration 0 within the hour. Why, Professor? Because the sooner we do that, the sooner the project will be over, and the sooner we'll have finalised and analysed results. What about Professor Preston? He's no longer part of this investigation. He's voluntarily declined his post. Cut along, girl, and do as I say. Yes, Leader Banks. Any trouble? No. Can I help at all? Perhaps. I'm wondering why the Professor's so persistent in reaching penetration 0 at this point. Your guess is as good as mine. I just hope nothing's happened to the Doctor and John. You care about them very much, don't you? Well, they're very dear friends of mine. I don't want anything bad to happen to them. Between you and me, Jillian, I hope the Doctor is right as well. For all our sakes. Professor, What's that? Nothing. What are you hiding? Osirene, it's nothing. Give it to me. Oh my God. You've been making extra money behind our backs and not telling me about it. It's not what you think, evidently. Look, I can explain myself. Go on then. With there being extensive pressures on this project, the government ensured me that I could go along quicker, but you assured extras money to speed up the project for your own selfish needs. Osirene, please. This is why Preston walked out, isn't it? Isn't it? Well, I have a good right to call the government now and have this project suspended. And you'll be prosecuted, you know that? Not if I have anything to do with it. Who's that? Probably some unwanted visitors. I'll deal with them. You stay here. Are you in authority? In authority? Well, yes, I suppose I am. Do you know how to operate the equipment used here? Yes, it's fairly straightforward. Then you will help us. What happens if I don't? We will not hesitate to kill you. If you're causing interruption amongst my project, then I'll have no operation but to decline. Very well. You brought this on yourself. Kill him. It is no matter that he's dead. We can use someone else. Yes, Commander. We will proceed. Dr. Jillian. There you are, Jillian. Are you all right? Fine. What about you? It seems we have some guests, Jillian. Now they're going to ask us to help us operate the equipment for them. But I have an idea that might just be able to get rid of them. It seems I've run into your friends, Doctor. Let her go, she's of no consequence to you. She is a scientist. She is of consequence to us. Let go of my arm. You're hurting me. Release her. If you wanted to cooperate, brute force is not the way. Very well. But you will cooperate. Attempted sabotage will result in your immediate destruction. Do you understand? Whoop. Oh yes, any attempt to sabotage, complete destruction, we totally understand. Now, you will tell me what to do, and we will expect you to do it. Well, this is our standard computer. We use it for all the mainframe reasons and calculations. Very sufficient programming. We must make use of this. Will you program this computer for us? We plan to program missiles to fire up into space and burn back down towards the Earth. Destroying Earth's atmosphere completely. Exactly a homicidal suicide, but as a scientist it is my job to, well, assist and observate. It doesn't help that you're threatening my life. We will. Ah! You're right, John. My shoulder. It's getting hot. Mine too. Doctor, I think your heat packings are overloading. Doctor, the creature, it's fainted. What are you doing? Stabilising your systems before your drill penetrates through the earth. There. It's all sorted out now. Doctor, would you kindly like to explain to me as what it was you did? Well, you see, I knew the warriors would come up here to use your equipment in order to stabilise their missiles. Obviously, I knew that the power of the drill would be draining from their own equipment downstairs, so I figured, why not turn up the heat and bring them down into a hotter environment and dormant them completely? Obviously, I worked out that they were more substantial to cold climates, so turning up the heat would destroy them. Yes, exactly. I'd strongly advise that you'd write a letter to your employers requesting that this project could be abandoned. I'll get onto that immediately. And I also think it's time we should be going. What? Just like that? We haven't done anything. All you did was press a few buttons. We hardly did anything at all. Well, that's the only thing I kind of like about this. Not doing anything. Doing little actually does a greater good, you know. And those creatures, do you think there are any more of them? Who knows? It's a lost expedition. It seems that the legend of the warriors of the Red Planet will forever remain a legend.